about the fact that, you know, this didn't use a synthesizer. There's even a track on here called Muk de Foo. Work out what that means. I'm not going to say it because I'll get banned from the airways if I spell it out. But I'm not going to play that track because it's not actually that good. This track is called Animosity, and conversely, it is pretty good. Have a listen. This is from the Weinberg method, non-synthetic electronic product, Animosity.
Digital radio and online. BBC Six Music. Cabin crew offer to call off strike. Duchess devastated by newspaper sting and warning of painful cuts ahead.
And in Six Music news, MGMT rip it up at Bangers Big Weekend and Echo and the Bunnymen to headline Tramlines Festival.
Six Music.
BBC News at 4:30. I'm Nicola Gibson. The Unite Union has offered to suspend a 5-day strike by British Airways cabin crew due to start at midnight if the airline reinstates travel perks for staff who took part in industrial action. The union's Joint General Secretary Tony Woodley said good progress had been made yesterday before talks with BA were broken off when left-wing protesters stormed the venue.
The gesture, more than the gesture is there, put the travel back on. I will suspend this dispute now in order for us to continue the negotiations tomorrow.
The Duchess of York is said to be devastated about revelations in the News of the World, which secretly filmed her offering access to Prince Andrew, her ex-husband, for £500,000. The paper's royal editor, Robert Jobson, says Prince Andrew knew nothing about it, but the Duchess has damaged his standing as the UK's trade envoy.
She's going around to businessmen, or people she believes to be businessmen, and saying that effectively he is for sale. And that's going to damage his reputation, the reputation of the country, and also the Queen and the integrity of British trade.
The Deputy Prime Minister, Nick Clegg, has warned the...
At the end of the set, we just ran away and just tried to get people to follow us. A lot of people that saw us running there, it's like, those guys are like idiots.
Vampire Weekend, Biffy Clyro and Delphic are all playing at the festival today. And it's been announced Echo and the Bunnymen are headlining Tramlines Festival in Sheffield. Toddler T is behind one of the dance nights. Here's his pitch to punters to keep going to the free festival in July.
You come to Sheffield City and not only would the vibe be crazy and amazing and just total energy and bubbler, you might come to see a band, and in between you might hear some music in the bar and go, "Rare, that sounds alright," and you bob in and you see something you didn't expect but you liked it. It's fine, it's all free. Jump to place, it's full of vibe. It's nice.
Jarvis Cocker's Sunday Service. Now, those of you who listen to this show on a regular basis will have heard me talk about the Museum of Everything before. I think I discussed it with Sir Peter Blake when he came in. This was a museum that existed for a limited amount of time up in Primrose Hill. It occupied the premises of an old recording studio. And the museum exhibits, exhibited works known as outsider art. And we've discussed this before, but which has schooled them in the way to make art. They just kind of make it up on the spot. They did it very instinctively. Now, the Museum of Everything had a presence at the Tate Modern birthday celebration. They'd set up a very impressive two-storey structure in bright red, and they were inviting people to bring down their works, and they would be presented to a panel. People look at them, speak to the artist about what this was, and certain of those works were exhibited in the space around the kind of makeshift gallery. There may be, I don't know if I ever really got to the bottom of the question.
Drawings, the kind of stuff that you and I know, and for people with a disability, and we've just waited to see who turns up.
Right.
It's, I don't know, it's turned into something in between the Antiques Roadshow, X Factor, and I don't know what. It's interesting.
So basically, people come up this, what has to be said is quite a steep ramp, and bring the work with them. There's how many people sat around this table? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people.
Yeah.
You look at the whatever the piece of artwork is, and talk to the person who's. Is it generally people who've made the work themselves, or people?
It's quite mixed, actually. We've had quite a lot of people who bring their own work. Some of them have to be coaxed because some are quite shy, so we've had quite a lot with their friends. And we've had people with disabilities who generally are with friends or family. And then we've had care workers or people bringing on behalf. We had a girl yesterday who brought her grandfather's pile of numeration and Catholic verse, which was a giant assembly and sort of an art project, but sort of not. So it's really